Okay, my beautiful friends, Virgo, Virgo. How are you, Virgo? Okay, so this is going to be a general reading for Virgo for the end of October. I mean, it's 20th to the 26th, I believe, but, pretty much the end of the month. Okay. Virgo, general reading, okay? Please, please, please do not try and force the reading. Take only what resonates. There's no way that I can possibly guess. It's not about guessing. I don't know why a lot of people think that a tarot reading has to do with guessing. What's there to guess? It is about connecting to your sign and the universe and say what you're going towards. It's not about guessing what you are doing today or for what you're reading for breakfast. Not at all. And then again, being a general reading, meaning, roughly speaking, there's a billion Virgos on the planet. Not a billion, but let's say 800 million. So 800,000 million. Yeah, 800 million, roughly speaking. So it's not about guessing. It's about the atmosphere, the energy of the sign. Then you must take what's necessary for you from the sign. You see what I mean? From the message. So it's about, okay, astrologically speaking, this is what the sign is traversing. So red flags and warnings and good and bad. And then you take that hint, that red flag, that message. We're not trying to guess what you're doing. How could that be? Can 800 million people get married on the same day or divorced on the same day? Think about it. So when you say in your messages, Marco, you guessed at 100%, I have no clue what you're talking about. Or Marco, you only got 90%. This morning I was reading 95%. You guessed the 95%. No, it's not about that. I'm not trying to guess anything. I'm only reading for the sign. You're supposed to take from it what you need to take. There's nothing to guess. Okay, my dear friends? Now, present, 3 months past, 3 months in the future. This is the most important card because this is the base setter. This is the overall theme of the reading, okay? And also the next 3 cards. You ready? Beautiful. Celebration. This card has a couple of different meanings, but let's hope it's a celebration. It could also be someone putting their nose in your business at any level, but let's call it a celebration for now. So here's Virgo. Yep. Complete rebirth. Complete rebirth. Yeah. So the theme follows. Now, sometimes I hear in your message, Marco, my reading is the same as last week. Well, let me ask you a question. If you're studying a business, does it take, is it a couple of days thing? Or are you going to be doing the same thing for several months? If you're thinking of getting married or even divorcing, unfortunately, is it done in 2 days or is it sometimes it goes on for several months, years even? So this is why readings don't change drastically every week. They tend to follow a theme, sometimes several months. But it is pretty straightforward. This is you. This is Virgo. The Hermit is Virgo. It's also the kind of thinking, the kind of deep thought, the kind of, make sure you're making the right decision. This is the Death card. That card can only mean 2 things. Physical death, God forbid, let's put that aside, or the death of something, meaning a way of thinking, a relationship. This is mostly the death of acting a certain way. In other words, stop doing something you did before, which doesn't work, expecting a different result, so that the sun can come up from the other side of the hill. Meaning, something is not working, just change it, stop it. It's a different way of thinking most of the times, okay? And of course, this is family patrimony, meaning family empire. You're focusing on building a family legacy, especially from the financial standpoint. So it is the preamble, the introduction of the reading is about a new way of life, focused mostly on the financial and well-being. Okay, that's the preamble of the introduction of the reading. Now, the last 3 months, roughly speaking, like I said, you're organizing yourself financially, you're investing a little bit, you're making money, and you're saving money. You're putting money aside maybe for the winter months, because you feel winter is coming, and you're being wise. So you're focusing on the money. You're repaying bills, you're repaying debts, if you have any debts. And here we have a nice love offer. Now, this person is going to be, how do you recognize them? Is going to be several years younger than you, baby face, and you almost feel like, but you're too young for me, like, so, oh no, but I like you, I love you, whatever. But expect a love offer from someone you did not expect. And how do you recognize them? They have a baby face, even though they might be, whatever years, 30, 40, doesn't matter, even 50. But their face is still baby looking. You know what I mean? That's you're going to recognize them. So expect that. Okay? Present. Disappointment. See, this is what I was afraid of. This card, as I told you before, has two different meanings. One is celebration. That is like three sisters drinking wine at the end of, what do you call it, the grape, when you're making wine and, you gather all the grapes and then you make wine in a farm. So they're celebrating achieving something. But that is also recognized as a card of betrayal. In other words, there is one person too many. And now here we have the same thing. We have Three of Swords, which is one person too many, and it's hurting you in the heart. So let's hope that theme changes. But right now, some of you are not very happy campers because of that. So general, love, work, money. Oof. Okay, well, I don't have good news for you. I apologize. It's not my fault. Some of you were ready to tie the knot or get engaged. You were definitely thinking this is going to go well, but it didn't. So you found some things out, or someone told you something, or you got some news, or simply put, you had a big argument, sudden argument over material things or over even attraction, and they just exploded. So this is not going to go ahead, it looks like. This commitment, engagement. So this is a mixed match of causes that could have caused this, reasons. One is you're really not too sure that you want to tie the knot. On the one hand, you do. On the other hand, you say, maybe I'm better off on my own. That's cause number one. Cause number two is you might have a sudden explosion of feelings, argument, a screaming match, something like that. And it will happen out of nowhere. But again, I can feel that underlying all of this is you're not really sure you want to tie that knot. You think you do, but you really don't. And some of you just to resign to the idea for now that you're not meant. Well, it's not that you're not meant. You convinced yourself for now that you're not meant to be in love or happy. It's your decision. I'm not saying that you're punishing yourself, but you are kind of deciding it's not for me right now. I don't want to get burnt again. So it's almost as if you want to tie the knot, you want to make a commitment, but at the same time, you don't. I think you're afraid of getting hurt again, big time. So you're kind of anchoring it down and focusing on work, your home, your friends, perhaps. No, I don't see many friends around here. So, like I said, I don't see a lot of happiness right now, to be honest with you. And even if you're dealing with some kind of cheating or noises of cheating, it's not really cheating. It's almost as if I don't want to say you're hoping for it. How can I explain this? You just don't want this to work. If you hear, like, you're looking for excuses to stop it. You're looking for excuses. And no, you see, I told you, I can't trust anyone. That's the kind of energy you're in right now, my dear Virgo. You want to tie the knot. You want to commit to someone, to have someone with you all the time. But at the same time, you're afraid of it. You're afraid of it. And you should cherish your time alone. That's the feeling I'm getting right now, okay? From the work standpoint, you are starting something brand new. And it's almost as if you're leaving it in the hands of God, like, God, help me with this. What should I do? So you're either perhaps studying, some of you are moving, you're tired. But I can tell you that this is just a temporary thing. So new business, new type of work, some of you are studying, some of you are completely reinventing yourself, completely, like a brand new person. Next 3 months, some of you are leaving, some of you are waiting for someone. Decision, decision, decision. So you see, that's what I said before. On the outside, you want to have a relationship and you want to be in love with someone. But inside, you're scared. You're scared to get hurt again, big time. You're just scared. So it's almost as you're looking for something to give you a reason to break it up, to give you a reason not to tie the knot, not to commit. And I think you're going to find those reasons. So you got decisions to make. Some of you are going to go for a little ride around the world, and some of you are waiting perhaps for a friend to come and see you. I don't see this being a serious relationship, just a friend. And some of you are having a little bit of fun in the meantime. Nothing wrong with that. You see, I see, young people approaching you. So nothing wrong with that. So it's not a beautiful reading, but it's not a bad reading either. It's about understanding that you shouldn't tie the knot just for the hell of it, or just because to look good on the outside. You learn the lesson, I think. You learn the lesson. Yeah. Okay, before I give you the 3 final cards and the messages, signs you might be dealing with, we have Leo, we have Aquarius, we have Cancer, we have Taurus, Scorpio, Pisces. Okay. Absolutely. Look at this. The 3 final cards recap what I just said. You just don't trust people. Even though the clouds are behind you, you just don't trust. You're not ready to trust. So you rather cut everything off. You rather cut everything off and kind of isolate yourself. Yes, you're looking for love. You need love. But at the same time, you don't trust people. So you're kind of on a limbo right now. Okay? And I think that's going on at least until the end of the year. Love messages from the universe. Then a yes or no coin, okay? You deserve love. There you go. So it's telling the same thing. You deserve love, but you deserve something real, not a pretend. And here we have express your love. So same thing again. Don't be afraid to express your love. You deserve love, but at the same time, you don't want to jump into anything that then you're going to have to break up again. So I think in the end, you're making the right decision, not to rush into it. You know what I mean? Just to look good. Don't worry about looking good. You look good already. Message, intuition, follow your intuition. You already know, it says you already know the answer you seek. And here, legal matters. There you go. You're afraid of legal matters. You're afraid of breaking up, divorces. So and perhaps some of you are still dealing with legal matters from the previous. So you feel it's too soon to jump into another one. And you might be right. Yes or no coin? Think of your question, my dear friends. The answer is yes. All right. And this is the end of our reading. I hope you liked it. Again, it's general. Take what resonates. If you need a personal reading, bottom left, and that's going to be totally yours 100%. You're going to be blown away what you're going to learn. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, would you mind? It won't cost you a penny, but it really, really helps. Also, if you can like the video, I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much. See you guys very soon. Bye.